Oh my God.
Oh, no.
Okay.
What's up?
I am live, Dave.
All right, perfect. Let
I
me
am
add
live
you.
with no music. We're just going in haphazardly, just going in.
Okay, I sent you a squad stream invite.
So we are live. Okay, you just got me a squad. Oh my God. I am talking to my chat as well. Hi, everybody. Dave is on with me. I've been on for the last like 20 minutes. I checked this.
Let me just
How
have him
early
go.
did I hit you up this morning, Dave?
I think it was like, I don't know, was it like 9:45, 10 a.m. for me? I was working on something else. I was like, oh, it looks like we're doing this today.
So that's seven. That's like 7:45 my time. And I hit you up, and I was like, first of all, I forgot to reach out, so that was.
Yeah, because I had sent that
Then
email, remember?
I had it all set up. Like it was good to go. I checked it this morning, no problems. And then now I like turn it on and everything's a mess. And by the way, I had to like abort mission on my whole thing.
Oh, J Square, thank you.
Oh, Dave.
Yeah.
Does this music play through your wait, this is playing through your headphones, right?
Yeah, this is playing through my headphones.
Do you have music already going on your channel?
No, I have like no music whatsoever right now. It's pure silence.
Do you want some royalty-free music
Yeah, absolutely.
via Discord? All right, great. So I'll provide the music for both of us.
Nice. I know I've been kind of going through like random copyright-free playlists, which have been pretty hit or miss so far. You caught something
Yeah,
the other day.
I'm gonna figure something out. I'm gonna figure something out for you and for other. I'm gonna get you this. I'm not just gonna like send you a folder of this music, but I'm going to get you a password protected link to this so you can just play it on your stream if you ever want. I've literally have. Well, I guess it's 100 something tracks minus
The super hookups.
however many.
I know you
I
sabotaged
put out
me.
on Drop Frame because I put out three albums of Drop Frame stuff,
Right.
and those will get flagged as like, copywritten material.
Oh, those do get flagged.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah. So anyway, so it's the folder of everything I've made on Twitch minus those.
Okay, awesome.
Did you sent me a squad invite, right?
Yeah. You know where to snag that from?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, wait a second. I think you didn't. Yeah, it says invite sent to you, so you should have that.
I just now did it. I just did it.
Okay,
So,
yep,
so
I think we're
everybody
going.
watching can watch both windows, and you click on one to hear the audio. But it's gonna be the same audio. That's what's nice about putting the music through the Discord. Actually, that's nice.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome. Yeah, I think the squad's going. We did it. we got here. Took a bit, but we got it.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna open up his stream too, just so I can see what he's working on at the same time today. So give me a second.
Let's find out. No. Anyway, what are we doing today, Dave?
Well, we did think of some ideas, and I did have that idea stuck in my head that you talked about earlier.
Well, that was funny because when I rated you the other day, I rated you and I thought you were drawing like, what were you drawing, like a Viking?
Yeah, it was some like old ice Viking guy. I don't know, like some kind of like medieval, like old Viking man. But you mentioned that you thought it was like some.
I saw it and I was like, oh, it looks like I thought you were drawing like a warrior Santa Claus.
Yeah.
So I was like, Dave, I thought you were drawing. When we talked this morning, I was like, Dave, I thought you were drawing a warrior Santa Claus. And you're like, oh, that's a good idea. So we could do dueling. Well, not dueling, but like you could do a warrior Santa Claus and I could do a warrior Santa Claus. But I know that I'm gonna need your, like your help.
Yeah, absolutely. It was funny. I had to drive. I went and got a coffee real quick, and I was thinking about like maybe 2020 just took its toll on Santa Claus after a couple thousand years. And he's just had it, and so he's just busted out, broken out, and then so now he's geared up and ready to do damage.
I love it. It's so funny. I have Well, let's just jump into it. I mean, I don't know if on your side, I'm not looking at your screen, so I don't know if you've already like jumped into it.
No, I've been just staring at a blank canvas. I just pulled yours up now, so I'll be able to check what you're doing.
How did you're just pulling it up in a separate window?
Yeah, I just have like Chrome open, another window.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Um, well, let's do something. Um, there you are. Your audio might jump on real quick. Okay, there. No.
Okay, awesome.
I don't know. I watched, dude, you're gonna love this. I watched some of your
Oh no.
like tutorial videos.
Oh, did you really?
No joke.
Okay.
No joke.
I always feel like so silly making those, but it was funny. It was actually like Twitch chat initially that convinced me to like make a YouTube channel and kind of make some tutorials to put on YouTube. So it is all thanks to chat.
Oh, it's so funny. God, what am I gonna do? It's gonna make me nervous. This happened last time. To my chat knows. This happened last time. I had like performance anxiety.
It's crazy to think that you might have performance anxiety.
Dude, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was thinking of like,
I'll tell you, if I ever got on stage, I'd probably vomit all over the place.
I remember like, oh, what happened?
Yeah, I'm gonna make some like crazy badass Santa Claus.
What was we were both doing Link, right?
Yep.
And it was like, yeah, it was like a full on, like, I don't know. That I looked at it later. I loved
Turning off
how
push to talk,
yours
so.
was so. Oh, I'm making the messiest thing. Are you looking at look at my scribble right now?
Let me take a look. That's how mine look at first too. I always start like super loose and just hope something comes of it.
I feel like sometimes you do it and it's like accidental lines happen where you're like, oh, that's actually all right.
Yeah, it's like just taking a huge risk. I think I hate the anxiety of starting a piece all the time. Especially like when you have to produce like a ton of work. I don't know what I'm supposed to paint. I just have to like dive into it and then just pray something comes out the other end when we're finished. And sometimes it works.
I think I'm gonna do like a few different like really loose things and just gestural things and see what happens.
Yeah, I had like a kind of an idea for an image when I was thinking about weird 2020 claws.
Oh my God, you're gonna hear like all the weird crap that we do on my. You know, I realize like I make so much stuff on my channel that I forget even all of the different like twists and turns of where the music goes. So it's like literally listening to like, if you were to take, I don't know, do you ever listen to satellite radio?
I used to. My wife used to have it in her car, so we used to have it on quite a lot.
Like if you were to like just after every song, if you were to just randomly choose a new station, completely random. So like 1 minute you're on like the hip hop station, the next minute you're on like super pop, and then you're on like 80s on 8 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then Margaritaville. Like, that's basically like what I've been creating on my channel. So it doesn't make any sense. Oh, I have an idea. Dude, did you say something about a reindeer? One of the reindeer?
Oh yeah, I was thinking.
I think I'm gonna add like a terrifying reindeer.
Yeah, if like his reindeer, he kind of it kind of turned into some like weird demon beasts. I almost had this idea of like, so if like Santa was kind of went rogue and crazy, You know, I was looking at like these old barbarian drawings and sketches where they have like huge wolf pelts on their back. Like he's actually like has like one of his reindeer carved into part of his cloak, and he's just going on a rampage now with a couple axes.
Only problem is I don't know how to draw a reindeer, but I'll figure it out. I grabbed some references.
Oh, I have no idea. If I had to draw it from imagination, it would be a disaster.
You draw from reference a lot?
I like to do the sketch without reference. And so it stays kind of loose. And then, yeah, I do use quite a bit of reference, especially for like body parts. Like if I have to use my hands or anything like that, I can do like a kind of general idea for it, but then I need to choose some reference.
My reindeer turned into a skull of a reindeer. That's terrifying.
I know. We're going to scare a whole lot of children with these.
Like a horror Santa. So you're gonna get here. What I wanted to do, I'd love to get like to get to a certain point on mine and then show it to you, and then you can give me some tips on like where you think I should go in terms of like composition, or like you usually do like a sketch and then you go straight to like a tonal thing, right? Like
Yeah, I like to do like kind of a loose sketch, and then I may do like a tighter line drawing on top of it. Just because I go really loose at first. Like it usually looks like a disaster. You can't even tell kind of what it is.
yeah.
And then I'll try to do kind of clean it up on top of it.
Yeah.
And then maybe I can kind of make sense of it. And for me, it's kind of like figuring out a piece as I go. And so I can still kind of explore some weird ideas that I might have had to start with.
I'm using your brushes, by the way.
Oh, nice, nice. They've been working okay in Procreate?
They're great. The nice thing I find that they're nice when I turn the opacity down. Because I get a lot of like grit out of it, like a lot of texture.
Oh yeah. Some of the brushes do have quite a bit of texture in them, which can kind of get you sometimes. They can be like too much.
I wonder if that.
I'll try using some different brushes also.
Putting like like a demon reindeer in front of him.
I like the demon reindeer idea.
Did you you went to art school? Where did you go to school?
Yeah, so I went to Ringling College of Art and Design, and that's down in Sarasota, Florida.
Florida, okay. I think some of my classmates at Art Center went to Ringling, like, because everybody had already done school somewhere else. Like I was one of maybe 15 people that hadn't already had a job. Like, I mean, I had
really?
Like everybody was like a professional, really. And so most of the people I was surrounded by were working artists and like knew what they were doing, and then there was the few of us that came from like basically high school and didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah, like Art Center is definitely a super like well-known school in their program there. Like definitely one of like the top places for sure. Like I remember always hearing about Art Center.
It's a great school. It's like certainly hard. I feel like if I had gone there like now, I would have approached it a lot differently.
Did you always know you were going to go to art school, or because it seemed like you were spending a lot of your time doing art early on, right?
For sure. Yeah, I definitely, like when I was a kid, that was the thing I was going to do. Like I wanted to do art for a living.
Yeah,
Um,
and I think the last time we talked about it, you said it was like a way for you to when kind of music became more of a fold, you were just able to kind of do the album art yourself, and that was a good way to kind of tackle both.
I didn't. Yeah, we didn't like. Joe and I met um, at Art Center, and he we were when we started doing the art for the band and stuff. It wasn't like we didn't really do the art very often. There were a couple things that I did by hand, but um, mostly it was like we knew that somebody who we knew that like it'd be better to like basically hire someone who did art like 24 hours a day, you
Right.
know, like doing it we because we weren't, so you know it's inevitable that like that other person was going to be way more skilled. At least we had the sense to do that.
Yeah, I'm sure what you guys would have been doing would have been totally fine too, though.
It would have been fine. It just wouldn't have been like the level that we wanted it to be. You know what I'm
Right. That
saying?
makes sense. Like, there's only so much time, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Did you do music?
Yeah. So like when I was younger, I mean, I did like band stuff, music. I played the trumpet for like 7 years,
Nice.
which is was a weird part of my life to think back on, of playing in like school band and jazz band and stuff like that. I actually started to play the guitar later in life. For me, I was never very good at it, and I knew that like I had a chance to be good at something, which was drawing and painting, and I didn't know if I wanted to start kind of splitting my time. And so I kind of like sold my guitar off, and then just I kind of doubled down on the drawing thing.
What kind of guitar did you have? Do you remember?
I had a classic '50s Fender Strat.
No.
I like the look of it.
What color was it?
It was like a surf green.
Oh, that's the best color.
I know. I
That
did
like
it.
light turquoise.
Yeah.
That's the best. That's I don't have one in that color. I wanted to get one, and then I just kind of like because I have two strats here,
Hmm.
and I was like, am I really gonna get another strat just for the color? Like I figured I could just take one of the ones I've got and just like spray paint it or something.
Yeah, it was very pretty guitar. I loved it, but it was after it had kind of sat there for a year. I had a friend that played a lot, so I ended up just selling it to a friend. It's kind of sad. I kind of miss it. I was taking guitar lessons. I was giving it a whirl. I have no idea what I'm doing with this Santa Claus.
It's a nice portrait. He looks like
looks,
one of the what was the Street Fighter character? Is it Zangief?
it kind of has like a Braum thing going from a League of Legends, which I think someone said in chat, which I agree with. He's got this like Braum mustache.
I was doing like a skinny skeletal reindeer thing, but I think I'm gonna actually make it. I think it needs to be. I think it needs to have hair on it. Um, yeah,
Yeah, I'll check it out.
I'm gonna do that instead.
I don't know. I think it's looking pretty good.
I like the shape of it.
Yeah, the shape's good.
I don't like the actual idea of him having like hollowed out eyes.
It's like pure terror.
It's like he's like Santa's watchdog, like hellhound reindeer.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the weird idea of kind of a reindeer across his shoulders.
This thing is so scary now.
So you are gonna tuck some eyeballs in there?
Yeah, I've got some like little like beady like this demon reindeer.
I know, I gotta figure out. I really have no idea. Sometimes I'll just grab some like weird brushes. Maybe it'll help figure some things out. Sorry if you hear a lot of barking dog today.
What kind of dog is it?
It is like a little like Chiweenie.
What's a Chiweenie? Wait, that's a wiener dog and a Chihuahua.
Yeah, it's definitely more Chihuahua, but we think it's got a little wiener also, because it's definitely like a little bit of a mix.
That's so funny. Does he come into the studio?
She's come in here a couple times, but she usually doesn't come into the office at all. So I've popped her up on stream a couple times, but she usually doesn't venture in. She kind of just does like watch dog duty at the window. So did you guys have a pretty good Thanksgiving this year though?
Oh my God, our Thanksgiving was so funny. It was like we went to Arrowhead. Have you ever been to Lake Arrowhead? Or do you know
No,
about
never.
Lake?
I know nothing about Lake Arrowhead.
Have you been to California?
No, I've only actually been to California like a couple times. Like I visited a friend in LA, I think once or twice, and then I've been to like Irvine. And then my California experiences have it's not been a lot. Someday we'll be able to travel again, and I'll be able to get out there.
So Arrowhead is like it's like I mean, it's pretty close to LA. It's like 2 hours probably. And it's an okay like getaway spot. But what you expect from Arrowhead is that you go up, there's a lake, and you can go in the lake, and it's like
That's true.
you know, fishing and hiking and stuff like that. And we went up there, dude. I first of all, like, we rented this like Airbnb, and immediately it was like stuff was falling apart. Like, we got up there and like we went in the kitchen and there's stuff everywhere. I pulled open one of the drawers to like find like forks or spoons or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and it was this drawer with like 50 humongous knives in it, and it was broken and it almost fell on the ground. Just
Shooting knives like, everywhere.
Imagine that within the first 30 minutes, the house was trying to shoot knives at me.
Like, everyone get back in the car.
It was, well, that was like, okay, we were all laughing, and but it kind of continued that way. Like, there were lights burnt out everywhere, and we pulled plates out of the cupboard, and they dumped water all over the floor. There was like food on the cutting board still. Oh, we were like, who knows how long that's been there.
It adds to the experience though.
Yeah. Well, the last straw, we actually ended up leaving because the last straw
All right, maybe not.
was that they were going to shut off they warned that they were going to shut off the power on Thanksgiving, and we were like, well, we can't cook. We have to be able to cook. We can't cook if the power's out. So.
How long were you guys planning on staying there?
A week.
Oh, you guys were there all week?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there a week. So we ended up leaving the day before Thanksgiving, and then we had Thanksgiving at my place, and then we went up to my parents' place. And...
Oh,
Oh,
that's good.
okay. Technique question.
Yeah, yeah.
You're already like fully. I'm looking at your thing now. You're like fully into like shading it already. So
We kind of dove in quick on this one.
yeah, you go straight to the like detailing the light, the darks and the lights.
Yeah,
What
sometimes it
what
just
brush
helps
are
me
you
find the
using now?
form. This one, brushes. This one, and this is in my brush pack. It's called Wet Night. My names they make no sense. I had a name, but this is Wet Night Vert. It's a pretty cool brush. I'm seeing on your screen right now.
Oh, really? There it is.
I think it's near the bottom.
Yeah. So this is like a really small one. So this
Yeah,
one,
yeah. Yes, that's the one I'm using. Yeah, sometimes like if my normal brush just doesn't kind of give me an effect, or I feel like I need to kind of break out of the mold a little bit, I'll start using some of these other brushes, and I'll kind of just like jam it around, and maybe something
and you've
cool
got
will
like
work
a
from it.
vertical one and a horizontal one.
Yeah, I don't use them that often, but sometimes it's kind of nice.
But you're showing off today.
Yeah, I gotta impress everybody today. Dave, don't mess up.
Come on, Dave. Stop screwing around.
I don't.
You gotta get serious today.
You guys got me sweating.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I didn't really play around with all these other. Oh, this underpainting brush is great.
Like honestly, DG main is what I use for like 98% of all my paintings. It's just like that one brush.
Yeah.
I have trouble kind of breaking off from it. It just does all the kind of paint marks that I want it to do.
Right.
Because some brushes, you know, you use them and it feels like they're fighting you. Like you have to like clean it up after.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they're just doing weird shenanigans all over your canvas that you don't want. Yeah, I have to look up what a reindeer actually looks like because I have no idea.
What kind of environment should this guy be in? I feel like he's like.
Whew.
Is it me or like putting them in a place? Like I always find that really hard. Like when you're doing a character because it's like all of a sudden you're like, oh, I was just focusing on like one character. Now I have to focus on a world. That's so overwhelming.
Yeah, I always have problems with that. Like if I can just put like a solid color behind them, I'm way happier. Yeah, especially because like, especially for a piece to think about the background that like, it should work in the composition. It should work value-wise so the character stands out and reads well against it. It just starts adding like a whole bunch of weird complication to it. I always like drawing characters way more anyway. I wish I liked doing environments more, but
Yeah, it's crazy to me. I mean, that some people just do. I mean, but that's the same thing in like art school. I remember there were people who loved getting out in the field and doing like still lifes.
right.
Like that's just they love that.
Yeah, exactly.
I never loved that.
I didn't either. Oh yeah, exactly. And they'll just do it over and over for sure.
Over and over. Yeah. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, they're making even more noise than normal today. It's getting out of control.
You think they're the ones that screwed up my internet or screwed up my audio?
Oh yeah, probably. We can blame them.
Yeah.
Yeah, chat wishes they could have helped you out during all that.
Oh my God, that must have been so frustrating. I cannot even
They
begin
loved it. They loved it.
how annoying. It's the worst, world's worst. I so ugh.
That happened to me. I actually had like a meeting with some studio I was doing work for, and I was pretty excited to have a meeting. And they had me up on like some big conference room camera, so the whole team was there. And then everything had worked perfectly up until then. And then the meeting started, and I couldn't get my audio or my video to work.
What is that? That's so like drives me crazy.
And that was a true panic attack.
I mean, I had already tested it. Like,
Yeah, it makes
same
no
thing
sense.
happened to me, by the way. Same thing happened to me when I was doing Animal Talking. we had done an audio test, I think a couple days before, and then I got in that day and we tested that day. Did 2 tests, and then all of a sudden, like while we were on, they were like, "Oh, there's like an echo." They're blaming me. No, I mean, and it was definitely like my fault too. Super. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super annoying, especially when everything looks like that. It's all the check boxes are all where they should be, and nothing should be off. Yeah, that's crazy frustrating. But yeah, don't worry because chat seemed to love it more than anything else.
Oh God. Oh, I made this too bright over here. This needs to be dark. We might be getting to the point where I'm gonna need some tips.
Yeah, no problem. I had a random question for you also. Did you ever feel like was there ever like parts in your life, your career, where you really didn't like, or you had large gaps where you weren't really kind of creating much art or sketching anymore, or did you always kind of stick with it?
I try to stay pretty. I like to stay pretty busy. So that's, I mean, that's one thing, but usually like it's been funny, like in the last few years I've been really trying to be focused on being creative without it being for something.
Right.
That's like a different kind of creative. Like I started doing a little bit of like playing the drums a little more because it was something I could do that I knew I wasn't really going to do anything. I wasn't going to do anything with it.
Like it was just for you.
Yeah, it's just creative for the sake of being creative, or also meditative, and like, you know, when you're like making something like when you're rather practicing something like that. It's not the same as like making a thing. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. That's actually a really good way to look at it, though. Especially because you've probably just been in the mindset of like just producing things, or it has like everything needs like an output into something or somewhere.
Right. You need to like have a reason to do something, to like make something.
Yeah.
That's not ideal.
Yeah, it's probably good, like I think for some people, like when they're starting out, you know, to like, you know, put your efforts into things that can lead to something. But I think probably at one point, once you're in it, it's probably good to kind of be able to step out of that mindset.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking to somebody about like acting and like child actors.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, there's this long history of child actors like being like having huge trouble with like drugs and whatever. And how I was just I was saying, I think in the conversation I kind of realized with both that and like people who are like Instagram influencers and stuff, they need they need to be good at something. Like
Right.
if you're good at something, or if you're getting good at something, you're working on being good at something, like then it's got like a value. Do you know what I'm saying? So like it's the difference between saying I want to get an acting job versus
I want to be a good actor.
be known as an actor versus I want to be good at acting. Like I want to like go
Yes.
I want to study it. I want to participate in learning it, as opposed to like I want to be doing it. I just want to do it now. Like a lot of young musicians do that, where they're like, I want to be a musician. I want to do it. It's like, well, you can do it, but you got to be good at it. Like you're
Right.
going to be better at doing it if you learn it first.
Yeah, it's like they just want the kind of what could be like an outcome at the end for it.
Right.
Instead of being passionate about what it actually is, like the work for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true, especially like when you think about like influencers and stuff. Like I'm not sure what skill sets they're even working on.
Yeah, I watched some that my chat is knowing. My chat knows that my alarm just went off to run an ad. Guess what, chat? We're gonna skip it. Skip it today. It's a fun day. It's like a vacation. Yeah, man. Okay, Dave, give me some help here.
Okay.
I know that I'm seeing. I know I'm like it's.
This
still a
is.
mess.
I like it though because this is terrifying.
It's so scary.
Like, if you woke up like, oh, it's Christmas morning, I can't wait to see what happens, and you look up, and it looks like he's riding some like demon reindeer above your bed.
I think I need to put like it needs to be shadow here, right?
Well, I'm gonna bring you up on ours stream so my chat can see what you're working on.
The problem is I shouldn't say the problem. One of the things I'm working like backwards from is that I started with it being lit from above, and I changed my mind and I want it lit from below. So now I'm like correcting all of the like overlighting versus underlighting situation.
Yeah, like underlighting is like super hard too. That's so much harder than lighting it from above. I'm trying to figure out like you could have like areas underneath like Santa's his nose, that bottom ridge could be picking up that light, and that's usually where I'll hit up, or right like below your eyebrows.
Right there. Below. Oh yeah, right here, huh? Right there.
Yeah. Like that kind of underside where you'd see like his nostrils.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like it's super dramatic to have light happen like that, but it's weird. And like I've had to like shoot my own reference for that, because even trying to find it online can be tough. Yeah. See, that helps a ton. Yeah, there you go.
He's
I like it.
So angry.
I know. What could anyone have done to
by
deserve?
The way, he's got his hat off.
Yeah.
He's gonna just have a bald head with his hat off.
That's perfect.
I feel like
mine just looks like a dwarf. Yours actually looks like Santa. Mine just looks like a weird mountain dwarf.
Yours looks like he's at the pub. Like
this is a drunkard
December
Santa.
23rd, and he's just like,
maybe we just go that direction. He's just exhausted. He's tired of this year. Yours went on a rampage. Mine's just hitting the bottle.
Mine's like doing like a scared straight program. Like he's like, okay, and the coal.
I'll give him more tired eyes.
And the stocking is not working. We got to try something a little more aggressive. Ugh, I need to like really clean up the top of this reindeer's head.
All right, that's the direction I'll go. I'm gonna go more kind of mentally exhausted Santa Claus. Everyone's on their own this year.
He's just like, fuck 2020, you guys.
Yeah, you guys figure out your own gifts. We'll have to make his
when I darken the
mustache.
ridge of the reindeer's nose, he really kind of almost turns into a tiger. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, you're going into the values pretty quick on yours too, though.
I'm just trying to learn from watching your videos. I never get to like put any of that stuff into actually doing it.
Man, I just got super confused. I had your window open. I thought your chat was my chat for a sec. I was like, why is there all these mics just popping up?
I forgot about my chat.
Oh no.
Wait, I'm looking at your chat. I did what you did.
Oh, were you really? Yeah, I saw your sub badges and I was like, wait a second, how is that showing in my chat? I was like, I've been looking at the wrong chat this whole time.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm back on my chat. Hi, my chat.
Yeah, sorry.
You're like,
sorry,
thank you, Mike. You forgot us. Literally, that's what they're saying. My chat is really, they're like a Jewish grandmother. They're just like so quick to like give you a guilt trip. Just be like,
they just say you get in the zone. You get in the mic zone.
Yeah, I had one of my good friends, who I used to do my chat. They know who Mark is. Mark Wakefield. We started Linkin Park together basically. Like he and I were we did like art together. We did music together. Like we were always together.
Yeah.
And Mark's mom. So Mark's parent, God, was it that his mom was Jewish and his dad was Christian? Because they did Hanukkah and they had a Christmas tree in the house. But there was this time, I remember something like this would always happen where his mom was basically like, saw us going out, and we were getting in Mark's car, and she's like, hey, take a sweatshirt, it's cold. And he's like, Mom, it's like 70 degrees.
Yeah.
It's not cold. Why? I don't need a sweatshirt. She's like, no, you need a sweatshirt. Just take one. And they did this back and forth. They did this often, by the way, but they did this back and forth this one time, and ended up like they're like yelling because she's trying to give him a guilt trip about, well, you're gonna get sick, and I'm not gonna sit here and take care of you because it's your fault if you get sick. If you need it. And finally, we get in the car, and he had just basically, it was a standoff. And I think that he did in the end, she like ran in and grabbed him a sweatshirt and made him take it with him. And he just took it and threw it in the back seat, and we drove away. And I was like, dude, that was like 15 to 20 minutes of my life just now. And you could have just taken the damn sweatshirt. It could have been 30 seconds. You could have been like, okay, fine. And then just like, taken the sweatshirt and put it.
Right. Like he's not going to wear it anyway.
Just put it in the back seat. Like, who cares? He's like, it's the principle of the thing.
Oh, God.
That's my chat, though. That's what my chat does to me. They're like,
See, they just want to keep you warm, make sure you don't catch a cold.
I know. Dude, I need to get an airbrush in here or something, because this is getting to be. I need to get some broader shading.
Yeah, I kind of like, sometimes if I feel like things are getting too smooth, I'll try to do some like harder brushes, and vice versa. Sometimes I'll go like way too crazy with the airbrush.
Yeah, I don't have a shape to this reindeer's face though right now. He's not got he's not too brushy. My chat is currently telling me to hydrate.
They even said in my chat they were about to tell you to hydrate, so they were very worried.
Oh, really? Now we're going.
Yeah.
This is like, it's like a child who's like doesn't like mom's not listening, so they go to dad.
Yeah, they're like, now Dave, remember to tell Mike he's not drinking enough water.
He's not drinking enough water. Like, can you say something? Or
I was like, I'll leave him a note.
Okay, there. Now we've got like a little. This is like really. Back here needs to be way darker. Oh, this is the problem with like, I'll like really talk to myself a lot while I'm drawing, but I can't do that if you're on the thing too.
That's all right. We'll listen to you talk to yourself. I know I put this on open mic too, so I haven't been talking to chat too much. But I still love you, chat. Yeah, this really is like a half dwarf, half Santa. That's okay though. I'm not gonna fret over it too much.
I'm going back and looking at yours again.
I'm going more for the exhausted.
He's great. Oh, that's right. See, I saw you flip the horizontal.
I do flip like crazy. I had to do like a hotkey. I don't know. I'm sure I think there's a option, right, in Procreate to flip.
The option.
Oh my god. Oh, second.
Mine's starting to look like, what are those like demon goat things? Like the Satan goat things? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Satan goats.
What are those? My chat will know what I'm talking about. They're all a bunch of metalheads. What are those? Not Krampus, not Baphomet.
I know. I'm looking at what your chat says too, so I'm not sure.
What are those called?
I don't even
No,
know.
not chupacabra. Chupacabra eats goats. Is it behemoth? It's not Krampus. I'm not. Satyr. Satyr? What is that word? I'm looking this
I
up
don't
now.
think it's a satyr. Aren't those more like, I don't know, they kind of frolic in the woods?
Oh, is that what I'm mixing up? It's like a ram. Oh shit. Lost my pencil. What's that look like? I'm looking it up on my Chrome here. Whoa. Somebody said Wicker Man Ram.
Let me look that up.
Jesus. Look at this thing. I'm putting it on my chat.
All right.
On my screen right now. This thing is bonkers.
Let's see if he pulls it up.
Powers, pagan rituals. Dude, you guys really are some like metalhead Satanists, aren't you?
That thing's pretty insane.
What, but look at this. This is
Yeah, I know. I have your stream up right now.
That's awesome.
That
Actually, I like
is
the
pretty
rating on
awesome.
that a lot. Well, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do something to the horns then.
Where is it? This looks like a roller coaster, though.
Yeah, I like how those horns have like a little bit of a like they. Okay, hold on. I think I can do something to my horns here to get an effect.
Oh, that's in Alton Towers in the UK.
So what's Alton Towers?
Oh, that looks pretty awesome. It's got like demon roller coasters apparently.
What a mess. I'm making a total mess.
Oh yeah, they're telling me for you to change your screen back. Now they're using me.
They love having you to tell.
I know.
Oh. Fucking.
You're welcome, both chats. I've done it.
Oh my god. All right. I
You're
feel
welcome.
like Jesus. Oh, now I gotta reshape these horns. They suck. Lighten this thing real quick. Yeah, I think these horns are a mess. Let's get a better shape out of this.
Yeah, reindeer horns are pretty strange too. I was just looking at a bunch of them.
Yeah.
See, I like that angle of that Santa Claus though.
I think the Santa is working out pretty well. I'm actually really not feeling the reindeer right now.
You could even, I mean, if you want, you could get rid of the reindeer if you wanted to and just have him kind of like looming down on you.
Like, I could go change the composition. Let me figure out these horns real quick and see if I can salvage this situation.
Yeah, I always feel like that's like a
One
point I
really
get.
I love line drawing,
Right.
and so like getting into the tones and the colors and all of that stuff is like that's way harder for me. I just don't do it very often. I draw like line drawings all the time.
I kind of like to, I think it's still good to mix it up. Like I'll do kind of a painting like I am doing now, and then I'll just knock the whole thing back and then just do another line drawing, like what almost might look like a comic-y line drawing on top of it. I think it's pretty cool to do both. Like I love nice line drawings and line work. I don't know. I was just super into comics growing up, and I think that just has carried with.
One thing about Procreate and the iPad is that when you're moving your like piece your canvas around, it'll sometimes catch your thumb as like you want to make a line there, and so it'll like draw
like a line right across it.
Yeah. Oh God. Are you hearing this music? Dude, this was,
I don't hear anything.
This is here, let me see if I can turn this up.
We're gonna sit down.
You hear that? This is KK Slider. You can't hear it?
I can't hear it.
Oh, really? Oh, that's so weird. Okay, hang on.
Oh, I think
Hold on.
your chat doesn't either. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of anything. Okay, there we go.
Oh my God, this whole time you couldn't hear it.
It has been off the whole time.
Wait, you said in the beginning you thought you could hear it. Oh my God, this is super funny. There it is.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, this is a like it was like almost like a dancey like Michael Jackson style jam. And then we added KK Slider from Animal Crossing.
That's pretty awesome. So actually, I meant to ask. So you said you did that other interview. Was that for an Animal Crossing type of?
He does like a he does a it's a really interesting interview. So basically he does the interviews via Discord, has people come on in there, and on screen all you see is the Animal Crossing screen. So your character visits his island, and all the audio is from Discord.
Okay.
But the visuals are all Animal Crossing. And so you're like changing outfits and like screwing around with like their props and stuff.
Okay, yeah, I think I actually did see you put up a post about that. That's pretty awesome.
It's pretty funny.
That's probably nice and different.
Yeah, it was super different. I liked it though.
Yeah, one thing you can do, I don't know if you can pull up my stream again real quick. I can just show you sometimes how I kind of tackle it. Actually, you're kind of doing the same thing with yours anyway. That's actually almost exactly how I work a lot. It's pretty much the same thing. Is that I'll just push the whole piece back and then start doing some like line work right on top. Just to figure out the little shapes and details, but it looks like you do that. You do the same thing.
I'm doing that right now because I hated the horn. So I'm trying to get a better shape on like what's happening here.
I'm being assaulted by my cat right now. There's no peace in this house ever.
I wonder if I might just take my whole piece and like push it back a little bit.
Yeah, it does feel weird. Yeah, I think those horns are working out.
I'm gonna go back into this thing. Do some more dramatic moves. What's wrong with the like perspective on this deer? This deer's head.
I think the perspective is looking pretty good. I wonder. Let me see here. I wonder if I can find a good reindeer head. It's always tough, like you're like painting on stream too. That like usually if I'm like home painting or like you get stuck on a spot, I would usually like take a break and dig around in reference for a while.
Mm.
Though me typing in reindeer head, it's really not what I'm looking for. It's just a bunch of mounted reindeers on walls. I think it's because I think we're looking up at the reindeer, but I think like how you have it, we're still kind of looking down on his head, right?
Oh, the perspective of his head is wrong, like his nose.
I mean, he could have his head more down, but let me see.
Like, just to be really like, to like really overdo it, like his nose. Yeah, I think that's the problem because I think like his nose would be up here, all the way up here. You know what I mean? Like his like teeth would be here. Then he's like looking at you.
Yeah, actually, I think I found an image. Maybe this image. Let me see. Let me put this on that Discord. I'll put it in that chat. It kind of shows more of a. There we go.
Okay.
At least shows kind of their kind of nose and mouth area. Yeah, no, actually, what you just blocked in, I think that's pretty. That kind of shows, I think, where his face would be showing. Yeah.
Here, let me just like. Make a spot where I can think freely.
Yo, I just muted real quick. Guys, do you guys hear his music? It sounds like it's kind of cutting in and out.
Kind
right?
of making him look like a dog.
I muted the mic real quick. For his Discord.
Like a different animal.
I can't tell if the music's kind of cutting in and out.
Yeah, once I cover that up, it fixes a lot. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think once you fix that, you'll be good to go.
Chat, what is this jam? Jam.
I think the music's cutting in and out a little bit.
Oh, shut up.
I don't know if there was like any gating on it or anything.
No. Oh, because it's coming through Discord. So you might either you have something on your end or Discord is just naturally trying to gate it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's up. Probably is just this. I'm sure it probably is Discord.
Like if I just crank it, then it'll probably.
Oh yeah, I think it's just going below a certain audio level for your mic to pick it up, and so it's just kind of grabbing parts of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, like when with any of the like chat software, Zoom or whatever, they don't want like if I'm talking and it's coming out of your speakers right next to your microphone,
right,
they're gonna do whatever they can to like minimize it starting to echo back.
more of a tired Santa in here.
So this jam was Hamilton Broadway theme.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty
Oh, I
It
can hear myself
started
on
off.
that one.
What was it? It was Queen. It was Hamilton meets Queen. Was the challenge? I forget how many of these things I do that are a challenge from there. Stop doing a lot of challenge ones for a while.
Yeah, I muted it. Yeah, I don't know what to do with it. He
wear
wants
me
to
out.
have the music playing, but it's cutting out pretty hard on my stream.
I'm gonna get started doing them again.
I don't know. There's nothing I can do on my end. Yeah, I don't know if there's a way. Is there a way to set it in your Discord audio that it picks up more? Just because it's cutting in and out pretty hard
Still
for
is?
us. Yeah.
This is, I mean, that's the reason I need to just send you the, Wait, no, it's not coming through Discord audio. It's my, see. Yeah, it is. Okay.
Marlo, oh my god, dude.
Huh.
This is getting crazy today. Marlo, come on, man.
Let me see if it's on my, I'm gonna look at the Discord settings, see if there's a,
Marlo, come on.
if there's a noise suppression.
You won't get off.
Noise suppression on my side is off.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn off. This could be risky. I'm gonna turn off echo cancellation and.
Oh, it sounded like it was.
Okay, did this help?
No, it's cutting it out.
Okay.
I know Marlo's being totally insane.
Does this do it?
I think that actually is helping.
Is this better? Oh, I can see it. Yeah, I can turn off the input sensitivity. Oh no, I can't. Can I turn it off? Is it cutting
Yeah, it
out?
doesn't sound like it's cutting out.
Oh, like that.
Come on, man. Okay, yeah, I think that's working fine.
My reindeer looks like a goat. He looks like a goat. Question is, do I care?
Maybe he got rid of the reindeer and he just rides goats around now, so it should be okay.
He rides goats. I can't get this brush big enough. Let's see if I use one of your other brushes. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, whatever you did definitely fixed music, so it sounds good now. Sorry, I muted my mic here real quick. Yeah, sorry, chat. Sorry, I've been kind of like not responding to too much chat. We just
Funny,
have open mic
this
going
process
today.
for me right now
I
is
see you
a
guys.
lot of just trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
Because I never do this style of work. So it's like a lot of like, does this work? Like, what happens if I do this?
I think the trial and error is good though. I think like even if you see it and be like, oh, this didn't work, I think just being able to visually identify that it doesn't work is a good like step in kind of like a learning process. I think that's always a big indicator of like when we grow as an artist and we look back at old work and we see like, oh man, I actually used to think that piece was awesome, but now I see all the mistakes, right?
Totally. Yeah, all I ever do anymore, all I ever really do anymore is like line drawings and like I don't really even paint very much. I used to paint a bit.
Well, you still paint them in on your stream, don't you?
I mean, like I do. It's mostly line. It's mostly line stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like to do. I would do. Have you ever seen? I love like really graphic art too. So like, have you ever seen? So who would be good examples? Not as graphic as like Keith Haring or whatever, but I love Murakami. I love guys like there's a guy named Phil Frost who's super sick.
Let's see.
Old Anthony Mikulev work is kind of like that a little bit. Like there's a lot of it's almost like tribal. It's almost like skate graphics too.
Yeah, I was looking at Phil Frost right now.
Oh, I love his stuff so much.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome. Do you guys know if there's a Discord setting? I muted Discord real quick for chat.
I'm about
so
to,
when
I'm about
talk,
to abort mission on the reindeer.
it mutes him.
I cannot get him to
way to
like
turn
his
that
shape
off
of
in
his
Discord?
face to be something I like.
I think he's looking pretty cool.
Just trying to get the like. I don't know. I definitely am gonna keep I'll keep working on this piece and see if I can get it to a place that I never like on my stream. I never work on a piece for multiple days, so it'll be fun to like come back to this one and like do that with it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I usually like I'll drag a piece to like 3 or 4 streams sometimes, but it would be nice if I got them done a little quicker. You do actually work really fast with your pieces too, which is awesome.
I think that's part of the reason I like the line stuff is because that's what it is. It's just like get it done, you get results. It's like an instant gratification thing. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that. And I try not to like work on a piece for too long on stream. I never know if like people will get bored of looking at a certain piece if I work on it too long. I always wish I had the kind of, I know some people can work on a painting for like a month and do this like crazy detailed huge painting. I can't seem to work on a painting for more than like 3 or 4 days before I never want to look at it again. I wish I could dedicate like my time to one painting like that.
If you were to take a guess, how many instrumental songs do you think I've made on stream since I started in, when did I start? April? And I don't stream music every day. I do art sometimes. I do.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. You've been outputting like an insane amount of work.
I actually don't know the number. I just know that it's more than 100.
More than 100. Wow.
Isn't that weird?
That's crazy.
So weird.
If I mean, I had to guess, I'd probably be out of nowhere. Maybe like if you're over 100, then 130. That's a lot.
I think it is. I think it's like 100, and the fans will know. There's LP Live. LP Live is in the chat somewhere. You guys have an exact number. 123. You don't know. You're making that number up, Pepe. Come on, Pepe.
Busted.
123. Just made that number up. Chat says 666. See, a bunch of devil worshiping weirdos, man. I only joke with them about that because there's a certain contingent in the chat that no matter what I'm making, they always want it like louder, more aggressive, more heavy guitars. I could be literally making like a jazz Christmas song, and they'll be like double kick, like heavy guitars.
Yeah, your chat gets crazy. I've been in there when they're going wild.
So funny. I love it. I think it's super funny. They know they're entertaining me.
So do you think you're going to kind of stick with a lot of Twitch stuff once we kind of like open to the world again? And
I mean, I don't see why not. I was thinking like there'd be some fun things I could do with the stream once that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Then that opens up the possibility for having like people come over, right? Like I could actually have another artist or another writer or somebody who plays an instrument well.
That'd be amazing.
Could, like, come over and play. I love recording people too. Like I love like, for example, on my live shows this like a couple years ago, I had a drummer named Dan Mayo, who's like, first of all, he's a world-class drummer. He kind of specializes in jazz and funk, and he lives in Israel. So like to be able to get him in the studio and like make something with him is like a special treat, you know?
Yeah.
So I got to do that at a couple points when we were in between tours and things. We got in the studio and just played around a little bit, and nothing came of it. It wasn't anything that I would like put out, but at least yet. I mean, some of it actually ended up on some of the was that? Yeah, I think some of that ended up on some of the Drop Frames releases, the Twitch tracks that I made. But he's sick, and it's just like super
you could actually
fun.
have him over to actually do stuff.
Yeah, that'd be like such a fun thing.
Yeah, that'd be super. I don't even remember what that's even like anymore.
What's real life like?
I know.
Trying to like zoom, you know, in real life I like to like get up and like walk super far away from the piece to like get a sense of it from far away.
Yeah, absolutely. That's actually like super important. Oh my
I
god.
constantly like shrink my piece down really tiny on the screen and blow it back up.
Yeah, usually when I'm working on a piece for a while, that's what I'll do. Like I'll keep it up, and then I'm just hanging around the house, and I can kind of see it as I walk by.
Yeah, totally. It's going off.
Oh gosh, it might be like an Amazon delivery or something.
Oh my God, why do dogs hate
Sends
Amazon?
her into a rampage.
Hate it. Like this much of the piece, I feel like the bottom half needs to catch up for my chat. If you're watching, the bottom half of the piece needs to catch up with this part. This part's okay.
Yeah, I really like how Santa's coming out. I think the reindeer looks good too, though.
Hate him.
I like how you actually can't really see Santa's eyes too. You can't really see the hatred that he has for you in that moment.
Yeah, he's got, because his eyes would be under. If it's underlit, then his cheeks would be shading his eyes. You know. His nose actually needs to be like, you need to have a little more right here. Then this needs to be like darker here. Dave, is there anything you're listening to these days?
What am I listening to these days? I used to have kind of like these set lists that we used to listen to on stream quite a bit. And then I'm really not even sure like the deal with a lot of the DMCA stuff, so we kind of stopped listening to a lot of the music we used to have on here. I've actually been meaning to ask you, like, how do you like take all that in as far as like how Twitch goes and DMCA and all that stuff?
People love asking me about that, but it's like I'm not the artist perspective is this like it's the reason all that stuff goes on is because the rights holders, here's the way that YouTube buys a license and they do a deal with people so that way the artists get paid. Not only artists, but like it's not about Justin Bieber and Bad Bunny getting paid. It's Metallica. It's like the people who have like 25% of the writing credit on like a mid-level song. Like,
right.
Like one of the 5 writers on like a song that is like just cracked the top 200 and then it went away. You know, because then it's like for most of those folks, it's meaningful for them to make sure they collect anytime that song gets played. It's meaningful to their lifestyle and whatever, and their ability to keep making music. So, yeah, you're not. That conversation isn't going on because of, the big names that.
Oh, I figured it. I figured as much. I only hear people's opinions from as like Twitch streamers that aren't involved in music at all. So everyone kind of throws opinions at me that don't really know it from any other side but streaming, right?
Yeah, they don't. It's one thing to just be like, oh, I don't care. I just want to be able to play music on my stream. I mean, one solution, for example, is for Twitch to pay the licenses that like other services pay.
Right.
And so we're streaming music, and so when it streams, like we'll pay the labels and the publishers the money they deserve for that stuff. But their thing is, no, we're not like YouTube. We're a streaming platform, and that's different. So because they categorize it as different, their thing is, oh yeah, we don't need to pay for that.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I actually hadn't heard anything from Twitch about that, so that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, their position is that they don't have to pay, and so that's where they get into the tricky argument or whatever. At least that's my understanding of it. I could have some of that.
No, that seems pretty accurate.
You know what part of this problem is? My deer is missing ears.
Oh yeah,
How
that is
come
one thing I noticed. Yeah, right
the
now that I look
chat
at it.
completely
That's
forget
true.
to call me out for not putting ears on this guy? You guys didn't just let me do that?
That's actually one
Is
thing
all-
I noticed when I was looking at references. They do have some pretty large ears.
They've got big ears. Okay. They were like, Mike, we were telling you that we were trying to choose our battles because we just want to see your screen, first of all.
I think they're trying to cover their tracks.
Come on, chat. Okay, so I have to figure out his ears. That's gonna help. I wonder if that's part of the thing in that my brain was like,
Something's missing. Yeah, I think actually ears on that will make a pretty big difference.
okay, I'm kind of like, well, I like this jam. This one was spaghetti western folk hip hop. Was it like 80s, 90s boom bap hip hop? Oh, they're scratching in it too.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty unbelievable how much music you put out this year.
So
It's good, I think, to look back at this year too and see like kind of how productive you've been. You know, I think that was an important thing to take out of this year too, right?
yeah.
With everything that's going on, let's stay busy and let's try to still kind of come out ahead if we can in the end. I found it really hard at first to try to stay creative. I feel like every time I'm stressed, it's harder to be creative. I don't know if being creative is like more of like a easy place for you to go to, but I know every time I have like more of like a real life stress, it's hard to me think of that stuff.
I definitely had some moments where I was like, ugh, you know? Like,
It's just hard to get my like so much going on and be like, I wonder what type of elf I can paint today.
what kind of elf? It's on elves only.
Yeah. Take me
Well,
to a better place, elf.
We're painting another elf, so
Yeah.
what kind's it gonna be? All right, I'm gonna try something new with this thing. And
Okay.
maybe that'll make me happy.
I don't really know what I'm doing with my piece either, so I guess chat wants to tell you that it does not suck, but it looks awesome. They're very insistent on you knowing that.
Whatever, chat. Let me hate this reindeer, and I'll deliver you a better reindeer. Just let me hate it. My process sometimes is like, it's not about. I think if people get like hung up on the fact that it sounds sometimes when you hear people beat themselves up, that it sounds like, oh, they're really like hard on themselves. I'm not
absolutely.
hard on. I'm not hard. That I don't have to be like hard on myself. Like this is not me. Like whether it's a bad song or it's a bad drawing, like I can still be a good person. I can still have skills or talent or whatever, and make a shitty thing. Like, does that make sense? Like,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
like I can say this is my worst reindeer of all time, and that doesn't make me like a terrible person. Like, it's fine.
I think that's always a good thing. I think a lot of people see if a professional do anything, and to see something that's not always like knocking it out of the park every time too.
Right, totally.
Like people, I feel like to see me do some pretty crappy drawings sometimes, especially since like the kind of world of social media and seeing everything, you kind of just see everyone's best all the time, and so you kind of think they just output the best.
Totally. Yeah. So like,
And even I fall into that.
It sucks, man. Did you watch the? Did you ever see the movie, The Social Dilemma?
Oh yeah.
We talked about that a lot on my stream. It's like such a good.
It was really good and pretty eye-opening. I think like I never really kind of just stopped to really think about a lot of that stuff.
Right.
It's just especially how accurate just how we are the product and our attention. And I thought the most interesting stuff is how it actually kind of trying to tweak kind of what we do like or what we do want, like how much money, and it's crazy. It was pretty eye-opening.
Maybe neither Santa nor my reindeer have pupils.
I'm gonna print yours out after and hang it in my kid's room.
Maybe they can draw on it and improve it.
No, I'd be terrified of it. I'm like, if you're not good, Santa doesn't bring you coal anymore. He brings you vengeance.
They're like, I'm not even scared of that. Look at how lopsided the nostrils.
Oh yeah.
It's not scary. Bring me back a symmetrical reindeer and I'll be scared. I need much better reindeer references here. These reindeers.
Yeah, you went for the tough subject matter. I'm just doing like a weird portrait. So you're going for it though.
I like faces more. I love faces. I love people's faces. I can do people's faces all day. So yeah, I definitely like went for a weird thing here. It was the thing that like struck me as like hard to do and kind of fun. And I thought you were gonna help me more, Dave.
I'm only looking at your screen on the left. I will help you with whatever you want.
I thought I was gonna get a lot more help. You.
Reindeer heads from extreme angles.
Yeah.
You have found my weak spot.
You know, that guy Dave, he's really talented, except
yeah.
He just really doesn't know what to do.
That's actually pretty consistent with most of my work.
Like a camel now. Love it.
I'm telling you, I feel like I don't know what I'm doing with like 95% of my work, and I just hope I can get it across the finish line in some way. That's why even the tutorials I do on YouTube, I find tough to do. I'm not a very technical person. Some artists are like super technical and like, oh, you do this because of this theory, and this is why you do this here. Where I kind of just shoot from the hip, and I was like, oh, I thought this might look good here, so we tried it out. And that's about it.
Yeah, I like my camel. I'm liking my camel giraffe reindeer now. He's like a...
I wonder, let me look up some more reindeers.
No,
we'll see. We'll see. I thought you wanted help.
I'm having a hard time to just playing. I'm just screwing around.
I will try to help if you want.
Oops. One thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy paste this antler. That is going to happen.
Let's draw. I muted the Discord real quick. We'll put a bunch of like a bunch of weird snow and stuff coming. Oh my god. Does this make it feel more Christmassy though?
Okay, now we're gonna do ears, chat. My chat's like, it looks like an alien. Thanks, chat.
That was almost another suggestion. It was us drawing aliens.
I mean, my chat will go for aliens 100%.
I'm a big fan of aliens.
Like in real life.
Oh yeah. I used to be like super obsessed with like all type of like aliens and UFO stuff when I was a kid. It used to like legit terrify me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Or like I remember when I was a kid, I moved my bed away from the windows, so if they were looking for someone to abduct, they wouldn't see me laying in bed.
I've told this story on my stream before that I was out in West Virginia somewhere my family is from like the middle of nowhere out there, and it was like we saw something hovering basically, and everybody kind of coming out. It's keep in mind it's like a farm, okay, in the middle of nowhere. The nearest neighbor's an hour away, and yeah, there was like we saw something weird, and it just like moved laterally like a super far distance across the sky and then went up and was gone. And my dad is in like aerospace. He's an aerospace engineer. He did stuff with the space program too.
Yeah.
And we all looked at him like as we were after that we were all like talking to him about it. And I remember even as a little kid, like it was like, hey dad, like is that what could that have been on just like a you know, I don't know, an aircraft from, you know, the US aircraft or something? And he was basically like, no. Like we have nothing in our
To come close to that
arsenal that would he's like when it did that lateral move, that was miles and miles, like dozens of miles in a second.
I mean, that's super crazy. And that's like
so he's like, so I just don't know unless we saw something weird, like it was a weird comet or it was a weird, I don't know what, but he's like, that's why he said that's why they call them UFOs, because you can't explain it. Like I can't tell you what that was.
Man, that's super wild. Yeah, my grandfather was a lieutenant colonel in the Air Force, and like I think it was probably in the 60s, 50s and 60s, he used to get called to a lot of the UFO crashes and sightings. And he would come back with like a briefcase handcuffed to him for the weekend until he could bring it back to the base.
Nice.
And he's never talked about it. He used to get like upset with you if you tried to bring it up. But yeah, I legit I had this, I think I talked about it in my chat once, is that I legit woke up in the night once and thought I was being abducted.
Whoa.
It was it's kind of ridiculous, but I was living in, I can't believe how much this dog is barking today. She's usually pretty sleepy. I had woken up in the night. I was living in Queens, New York, and the entire room was shaking, and I was just laying there, and I felt like I couldn't really move. And I woke up and I saw my wife was asleep still. The whole room starts vibrating and shaking, and then a huge beam of light shot through the window.
Come on.
And then I started panicking. Like I'm just laying there staring at the ceiling. I expected like my body to kind of like rise up off the bed at any moment. And after like 30 seconds of being in like pure fear and panic, I realized, because we lived right next to the Grand Central Parkway, they were starting to do night construction. So they were jackhammering, and they put on the floodlights on the highway and pointed them right at our apartment window. And I had to admit to my wife in the morning that I thought I was being abducted by aliens.
That's amazing.
I'll tell you, I used to be really freaked out about aliens. But I do love them, though. I think it's super. I always find it super interesting.
Okay, I've got a new shape for my reindeer. I need
All right, we'll
to
check it out. Oh, yeah, I think that's working way better.
So, just gonna kind of paint out. It's about time for me to take off, actually. So I'm gonna just
Okay.
on this guy until later. What are you up to today?
Nothing. We're probably just gonna work on those pieces that you saw on stream the other day. I was gonna start painting them in probably.
The actual
Yeah,
original.
the OG Santa
Evil
Killer.
Santa. Are those for a job?
Yeah, so I have some clients or people that hit me up for work, and because like all my off stream time is so flooded that I tell them like, yeah, I can work on it, but I have to be able to stream it. So some companies have been cool with it. They like the kind of advertising or free promotion
Right.
that they get from it. And then what like this one, they said we could, but they didn't want me to say who for.
Huh.
So they can do their own kind of press release and surprise with it later.
What kind of companies, like, of the ones that you can talk about, like what kind of stuff is it?
So I've been doing on the side stuff that I can stream. I have been doing stuff for like Magic the Gathering and Hearthstone lately, and some of the more streamable stuff there's been some like off kind of like D&D publications, but it's usually like print work or someone selling some type of product online that needs like cover art or some marketing illustration. That's usually, or we'll do something for streamers too. Like sometimes I'll do jobs for other content creators.
You do, like, you play D&D, Warcraft, right?
Yep.
D&D. How long have you been playing Warcraft?
Since 2004, way too long. So I started playing. I remember the morning of launch. Starting to play. But it's cool now to actually be producing work that goes into Hearthstone for Blizzard. So it's pretty awesome. It's what I've wanted to do for a long time. So
They have I mean, like, what do you call it? The franchise that they've made is like so insane.
it's crazy. It's super crazy.
I used to be, as a kid, I was way into fantasy art, and I didn't play that much D&D, but I played a little bit. Like, I love the art though. Did you ever hear about a guy? Did we talk about this guy named artist named Jeff Easley?
I know Jeff Easley. I don't think we've talked about him though.
I was like, for some reason, I was like such a fan of his art as a kid.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think like a lot of those like old fantasy illustrators, like Elmore, yeah, definitely got me like super pumped up when I was younger. I never actually played a ton of D&D in my life. I played a couple times, and I played with friends like when I was a kid, but we didn't really know what we were doing. It was kind of just a disaster.
And I Now I need to make a decision about how this reindeer's head is gonna intersect with my Santa. Move him a little bit.
Actually, I like the contrast that you get from his beard into the top of the reindeer's head, though.
Yeah, I like that.
Makes it pop. Yeah.
I think the
Yeah, I'll show my chat what you guys are rocking. What you're rocking here. Yeah, I think it's coming out solid. I think that tweak that you made is way better. It definitely looks like a reindeer. I think it's the ears. I think the ears added a ton.
he needed more. He needed he needed to be more gaunt. His horns were too big in the other version, and the ears help.
Yeah, and you totally changed the perspective of actually looking up at his face too.
Thanks for that, Dave.
Anytime.
Gave me the heads up.
That was a big difference.
I'm gonna keep playing with this one. I'm gonna go because I gotta go eat and be available for my kids, like online school and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna tackle all that tomorrow.
I try my best to like get to be more available than not on afternoons.
Yeah.
I still work. I just
need to be able to pop up if you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if stuff is going on. But this was fun. Maybe we'll see what happens. I don't know if I will. I don't know if I'll end up like working on it off stream at all.
Yeah, no, this was awesome, and like, we can always do something else another time. We can do another swap like we did last time, or we can kind of. I can try to kind of generate some more ideas further ahead, also, to kind of prep up what we could jam on.
Oh shit, if I turn this off, you're gonna have to turn on your own music.
That's all right.
All right, I'm gonna take.
No, but this is awesome though.
Yeah, super fun. Thanks, chat. I'm gonna let's see. I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow, chat. Maybe I'll work on this some more.
All right, meet in Discord real quick,
and then reconvene with Dave.
No, it was awesome. Yeah, it was super like last minute. He hit me up this morning. I had not even planned on doing this at all today, so it was a totally
Dave,
random
I'm gonna
piece.
say goodbye.
All right, thanks again. Goodbye to Mike's chat. You guys have been awesome. Thank you very much.
Good stuff, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man.